Hello. So basically, my name is Caitlin. This is the first time I have ever attempted to ever tape myself doing anything or putting anything on YouTube or anything of that nature. I mean, I've never really had a reason to, so I guess I, take it as it comes. Basically, I decided to make this video because I didn't know how many people have been through what I'm going through, and kind of wanted to also document my process in the meantime. So, I mean, our generation likes to put everything on YouTube anyway, so might as well join the bandwagon. With that being said, this is the first time. I don't know how to cut and edit, so I'm not. So if I mess up, it's just me. I don't know what to tell you. I can't read. I can barely even talk. So if you're still watching, good job. So before I get started on my own personal experience, I want to read the Google definition of what it is, and then I will go into how I felt before, and then I will go into how I felt after my first session, because I wanted to do them separately, but she ended up scheduling my appointment for the same day, so I was kind of like rushed in. So, with that being said, the Google definition for it, the Neuroptimal neurofeedback system is a highly personalized brain training software that prompts the central nervous system to help make the best use of your brain's neural resources. Neural feedback training for the brain is similar to physical training for the body. It says that the side effects, if you have had a physical brain injury or head trauma, you will likely be more sensitive to neurofeedback. You might experience nausea, dizziness, and light sensitivity as you regulate your brain's function. This is part of the process. So, it also says neurofeedback is a type of biofeedback that acts as a reward system for the brain to restore your brainwave patterns to an optimal range of functioning. It's a non-invasive treatment that works towards improving the source of your unwanted health symptoms. Okay. I can continue to read on, but I'm not. So basically, I have studied psychology for a long time. I'm currently in school for it too, but just, if you're going through something, the best way to beat it is by learning more about it. And so when I was younger, I was diagnosed with 3 disorders, and that's what I did. I went through, I got every psychology book that I could. Any of my friends that were in school that had to go to psychology, I immediately asked for their book. And so I've always loved it. But in my adult life growing up, I've been through quite a bit. And my way of dealing with those things was just not dealing with them. So it's almost kind of like a suitcase. You can continue to pack until you literally can't pack anymore. And so probably about 3 weeks, I noticed that I was getting so depressed. I'm a highly functioning individual, but I got to a point where I couldn't feel anything. I have a daughter, and I would feel when I was around her, I'd feel happiness and pride, or, see, that'd be one of the things I'd edit out, but I can't, so pride is what I was trying to say. But I'll feel pride, and I worry about her, things like that. But me and her father have split custody, both of our choices, and we decided, a long time ago that would be better for her, and it is. But it also leaves me very empty on the weeks that she's not there, because, that's my world. So when she would go back to her father's house, it's like I noticed, especially here recently, I wasn't feeling anything. Even when I was experiencing things I had hoped for a long time, I still really wasn't able to feel in the capacity that I should have. And I knew something was wrong, because I'm a very emotional individual. I run off of my emotions. That's all I do. So, with that being said, that led me to go see my doctor. And she's my therapist. And when we were talking, she said, I highly suggest something for you. She said, it's a little expensive, but I highly suggest it. Now, I'm not made of money or anything, but at the end of the day, I would much rather spend my money on something that would possibly help me create stability for me and my daughter than, you know, the newest shoes or the newest, you know, game that just came out. Because I will do that. So, basically, the emotions that I were feeling, other than just complete numbness, was hopelessness, high anxiety. I would wake up with headaches, and then there would be moments of just nothing. It's like a black hole of nothing. So when she recommended that, I said, run it. Let's go for it. What is it? And then she told me, and I was like, whoa. I feel like I'm on an episode of Manic. Like, is this real? She's like, yeah, it's real. I was like, all right. So you go in, and they attach something here, 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 and then here. Which I had to take this out mistakenly. So it's a series of colorful images. It's almost kind of like the desktop screensaver. And so it's like all of these colors, and they're just like mixing in and out. And so you also have to like put in earbuds and listen to that. And it's very calming, almost kind of like you're meditating. But what your brain is actually doing is it's measuring your responses to those images, to the music, and sometimes it'll throw in like birds chirping or fire sounds or ocean sounds or things of that nature. And so I sat there and I listened to it, and there would be a couple of moments to where I was in it. Like the room, just from here to everywhere around me, was just gone, and it was kind of a surreal feeling. After I left, it's not like this, you know, fucking miracle session to where your whole life has changed and you're going to be able to be stable from now on. No, calm down. It doesn't work like that. You do feel a little lighter though. I mean, maybe it restores your hope in something. And sometimes that can just be enough. And that's okay with me. I give you this. It's like a, let's see if my shitty little camera will pick it up. Oh, I think it's all backwards. So that's cool. Anyway, it's a checklist of client concerns. Now you have to do this every week. So you will get to see my face every week. And so you kind of go through, and this is after your first one, and kind of tell them any concerns that you have, and they kind of gauge it like that. You don't really know anything until after the 5th session, and that's probably better because maybe it, you know, messes with your brain. So, I don't know. I mean, I could probably only get one view on this, and that's okay, because, you know, ultimately, all I want to do is just subside fears, or fucking warn you. I mean, who knows? I could be, I don't know, I want to say brain dead, because it's kind of scary, but it may not work out too well, or maybe it could. All I know is, when you're about to be 28, and you're still hitting the same walls, something's got to change. Something's got to give, you know? You can only deal with it so much. So, you know, it's worth it. And, I guess that's it. A whole 10 minutes of listening to me. So, yeah, if you have any questions or anything, you know, feel free to put that down there. And, I will try to answer it the best I can, or maybe this video will never make it because I don't know how I'm going to get it on YouTube from here. So if you do see it on YouTube, I have successfully completed that. I mean, I'll keep you updated. So, bye.